Welcome back. Boy, have I got a treat for you. We're going in search today of the recently uncovered ruins from Fort Williams, a 163-year-old Confederate fort built on the banks of the St. Marks with the intention of sheltering troops who were there protecting the salt works.
Fort Williams, named after Colonel J.J. Williams, who by coincidence was a local. He was a Tallahassee planter and led the 2nd Florida Cavalry. The stockade type fort was built sometime around 1861 to protect the soldiers that were here, who were guarding this confluence where the salt works were happening. Until June 15, 1862, when a group of Union Mariners come ashore and burnt the fort. In my opinion, I do think it's highly possible that these could be the remains of Fort Williams.
Got an old bench here. I bet there's some old good views looking out here.
Look at that. Look at that. It don't get no better than that.
That one walked across there like with his feathers on his head up. Got like a yellow streak. Okay.
Palm trees. Look at the berries. No wonder the birds love this area. You can see we're headed out to a point is where we're headed if you look on that map. Seeing what we can see along the way. Got my oldest son with me today. You can hear the boats in the background. Search of Fort Williams. The remains, hopefully. Even though we're not bird watching today, Seth pointed out one. Let's zoom in there and see what kind of picture we can get.
Right here over there. Not in there.
Let's get on back on the trail. Head and hunt Fort Williams. This bend right here, these palms, is as far as I've been. And the history shows us that it was located somewhere off the end of Cedar Point Trail. So we should be in the right vicinity.
I just got the notice about the Monarch Butterfly Festival. Yep.
Just to kind of give you a visual reference in case the map don't do it. If you watch the video where we was watching the dolphins, that was right through there. The lighthouse, even though we can't see it from here, is straight back that way. Bunch of rocks on the coastline. Look how it's washed out all the soil and the rocks from around all that. You see that? See, that's an old pile of rocks right there. But they don't look like shaped rocks, you know what I mean? Y'all doing all right?
Yep, caught a bunch of them. Butterflies.
Catching butterflies?
Yeah, for the tagging later on.
Huh.
What do you guys look like you're surveying or something?
No, man, we just... Over there you can see what we're headed to. But Seth has found looks like a post there, but there's a steel pipe sticking out of the ground here. You can see the location of that from whatever those wooden pieces are. So it has to be tied into that, I would think. And there's a wooden piece here, you can tell. That is burnt.
It is.
And they did say the fort was burnt by the Union. Oh, look. That's a piece of pottery.
Sure is.
Of some sort. Look at that. That's definitely a piece of pottery.
Look at this.
Seth found another piece of brick here. Seth found something here. Can't really tell what it is. It's corroded, but it's definitely steel or metal of some sort. Yeah, that is some kind of beam, ain't it? Oh. I wish the tide wasn't in where we can see. You can tell it goes on down, don't you?
That looks like a piece of...
It looks like almost something like relating to that pipe, don't it?
Yeah, but look at that one.
As you can see the square pattern there. You can see the exposed beam there. And then
another piece
of steel pipe sticking out here. And you can see the post around it.
Yeah.
Never know, one of these might have been the one that held the flags you've seen in the picture. And see, that widens out at the bottom, see it? Those are the most noticeable, but if you look, and they're in lines, you can see that this beam right here has got the post sticking up beside it, and you can tell that that beam runs all the way down, and you see the other post, and there's that metal pipe sticking up. And then if we come over to here, you see that camera stand, but you see the wood post all the way down to where this piece sticks up. We step over here, and you can tell that wood laying there with the post, and you can see the pattern. I would be curious to come back on a dead low tide and see what else is out here. Seth found a piece of steel of some sort here.
Looks like a trough, maybe.
Some sort. Now some of these posts are wood that you can't really tell on the back. I'm gonna give you some close-up shots. But some of those out closer to the water, those are definitely burnt. Definitely burnt. I don't think this was the full size of the structure. If you look,
there's still more.
That's spotted more piers on down here. Adjacent down here, or some more posts sticking in it.
Maybe it's
so as big as this span is, it is a possibility. This could have been the fort. Seth has found something neat there. See how it's a pipe, but then it's pointed on the end. We're going to ease on down a little bit since we're still finding little bits and pieces. So you can see these are also rows in the relation to those.
Is that a 12 by 12?
I believe what you're looking at is part of one big structure, and that would be definitely big enough to be the fort. So I think, so you see the distance of those piers way down there.
To understand this in relation to the fort, let's talk about this picture first. I believe this picture is a reverse print of the original sketch, taken from the confluence part of where the St. Marks and Waukulla River come together. I think all the piers we've seen so far were part of this part of the fort, the actual stockade part.
All the way to here. We're going to ease on down and see if we see anything else down here. These piers are still coming to hot. So far, nothing else, but we are seeing a lot of these butterfly enthusiasts. And it is a butterfly festival today, so you'd expect it. But we are still finding a little bit of evidence here and there on the screen. We may come back and investigate.
The GPS marked that.
And just for reference, this is about where we are on the map.
So, told me what going on.
Okay, we were just about to turn around, and we have found more pilings straight out in front of us. So we've come to the point. You can see the split where the river comes in here. We are at the confluence of the St. Marks River and the Waukulla River. Let's walk over. Right here on the point. To show it in the full, it's hard to say. It's definitely, you can look at the pier. You can tell that was something. That was some kind of structure.
Well, we came and we found it. Can't say 100% for sure, but based on the focal points of those photos and the analysis that I kind of concluded with the landscape planning that I believe he chose and just kind of lined everything up to represent what was here. I ain't no scientist or no archaeologist, everybody their own, but according to historical record, it's in the right spot. You can tell them piers on some of them were burnt. And that first one was just, it was a massive area. I believe that's what you're looking at there is that original Fort Williams, named after Colonel J.J. Williams. And I do think it's highly possible that these could be the remains of Fort Williams over here. Regardless of what it is now, regardless of what happens to it over time, it is at least documented here on YouTube. There is other documentation. Thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate you. I remind you to like, subscribe, and share. And tune in next time. We're trying to get back out here on a regular basis. Appreciate y'all.